Hey, what's going on? Raheem Madison here, and in this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to set up a YouTube video ads campaign, all right? So if you're super excited to learn exactly how to do that, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Also, be sure to smash that subscribe button if you want to learn how to build a long, sustainable business that will eventually give you the freedom you deserve. Also, tick that bell icon to be notified so that anytime I release any new videos, you get them automatically right here on the channel, my friend. So let's get right into it. And as you can see, I am inside of the Google Ads platform. This used to be called AdWords. So if you were using AdWords and you stopped using it for a while, when you go back, it's going to be Google Ads. All right, so it's not really any changes. As you can see, it's kind of still the same setup. I know they had an older setup before and people were used to that, but the newer setup is pretty easy to use. All right, so first things first, I'm gonna actually set up a YouTube video ads campaign. But as I'm going through setting it up, I'm gonna be talking about a few things that are gonna be important for you to know. All right, so let's move into it. All right, first things first, this is the overview page, and it's the recommendations and so on and so on. The most important thing that you're gonna focus on is to go to this tab right here called campaigns. Okay, so as you can see, these are all the different ads I've ran already just in this specific account, right? So as you can see, so if we go back over here, you can see I've ran a lot of impressions, gotten some clicks, and spent some money, guys. So let's just go back to the campaigns real quick. All right, so what you're gonna do is you see this little plus sign right here. This is how you're gonna set up your first ad campaign. All right, so we're gonna click on that. Now, when I click new campaign, it's going to take me to a couple of objectives that I could use to start running my ads. Now, this is, let's say, for instance, you've already set up an ad campaign and you use some specific settings. If you want to use settings from another another campaign, you can be able to do that with that. All right, so we're just going to click on new campaign though. All right, so you got sales, leads, website, product, brand awareness, and app promotion, right? So those are the different objectives or goals that you can use. Now, what we're going to do in this video, and this is usually what I do, sometimes I do product and brand consideration, but there's other times where I just say, let's start without a goal, and I want to get what I want to do specifically. So we're talking about YouTube video ads, so we're going to go to the video, right? I'm going to click on that, and then you have two choices. Now, this right here is new, and let me kind of explain what that is. So ad sequences, let's say, for instance, you want to take people on a journey, right? Let's say, for instance, you go on a date with a girl or a dude, and the first date, you guys are getting to know each other. The second date, you're figuring out more and more about her. The third date, now you guys are getting to liking each other a little bit more, right? Depending on how things have been going. Then the fourth date, now you guys are like, okay, I think this person is pretty cool. Well, that's what the ad sequence, this one right here, that means that you want to show them videos in a sequence. So you want them to see this video, video number 1, video number 2, video number 3, and video number 4. So basically the way that the ads are going to go out is in that specific order, and whoever saw it, you don't want them to see the other video again. You just want them to keep going through that process. That's what the ad sequence is, all right? So this one right here is the standard video ad campaign, which is one I use 90% of the time. This, like you can see right here, this says this is new, but I already kind of did my research on what it is, all right? All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to continue. All right, so at this point, what you're going to do, this is pretty simple. You're just going to set up a name for your campaign. So based on the type of campaign I'm going to do, let's say, for instance, if it is a in-stream ad, which is the ad that pops up before a person gets to watch their video, you know how it says skip in 5 seconds? That's a pre-roll ad, right? In other words, it's an in-stream ad, so it happens right before the video starts. Now, there's display ads, which are the ads, let's say, for instance, let me just show you how it would show up. All right, so if I go over here to YouTube, right, and I search, I'm just going to search any random stuff. So make money online. Okay, now I'm going to show you what the display ad looks like. So you see this ad right here? Right here above, like your search results, that's a display ad. So your ad would show up right there. Okay. Another place your ad would show up. Let's say, for instance, I click on this video right here. I want to show you another view of display ads. All right, so I'm not going to actually let this play because that's not what we're focused on right now. All right, so here we go. So you see this right here? This is actually a part of his in-stream ad, but sometimes you'll see like advertisements around the video. This is kind of but this one is related to this. I know what he did right here. He basically used a companion banner. So when his ad pops up right here, his banner can pop up right here. So you see these two are the same exact thing, the same person, right? But sometimes display ads show up within the video. So you'll see like a little box open up right here, and that's a display ad. So there's many different places that your display ads can show up. But this right here that popped up, obviously this right here is an in-stream ad, and those are the ads that have been the most effective for me. Okay. All right. So let me go ahead and close out of YouTube real quick. Now let's go ahead and I'm going to actually create a campaign. It's not going to be anything real, but let me just show you what I mean. So if I knew that it was a pre-roll ad, I would say either pre-roll, which is in essence a in-stream ad, and then I would do dash, and then I would do whatever the campaign is going to be. So pre-roll, let's say for instance it was a weight loss product, right? I may put pre-roll weight loss. All right, so at least I know, hey, this is that campaign. I know this is a pre-roll ad. But if I was doing a display ad, then I would just change this right here to display just like that. Oh, well, I guess I can't spell right now. Display just like that, right? Just so I know what type of ad it is. But we're gonna keep pre-roll because I love pre-roll ads. All right, so next thing, we're gonna set up our daily budget. Okay, now what you want to do when you're new, you can start out at $5 per day. You can even do $2.50 per day, but you may run through that kind of quickly, but $5 a day will do you just fine, right? It's not saying that if you do $5 a day, you're gonna get crazy results. No, if you're just starting out, you don't want to be going through your money, even though YouTube is very inexpensive, right? You're not paying a lot because even though, guys, YouTube is very popular, not a lot of people are taking advantage of YouTube advertising, which is, to me, is crazy, but hey, I'm going to take advantage of it. I've been taking advantage of it, and if people miss this, they're just going to miss this, all right? All right, so what we're going to do, we're just going to put $5 a day, okay? Now, the delivery method, what is this? So standard is this, your money is going to be spent a lot slower. Accelerated means your money, they're going to run your budget up quite a bit. So let's say, for instance, you're trying to find out, get some quick results and see, what your campaign is going to do, then you can probably go with accelerated, so they'll spend your budget a lot quicker. So you'll get to $5 a day rather quickly. Now, if you do standard, it's going to go a little bit slower and spend your budget slow. All right, so let's get out of the delivery method. Now let's go to the next. All right, so the bidding strategy. So the maximum CPV. Okay, you can do the CPV, which is cost per view, or you can do the CPM or the target CPM. But I'm going to leave it on CPV because that's the only thing that I use. All right, so let's go to the next section. All right, so networks, YouTube search results, YouTube videos, and video partners. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and help you out. We're going to take off video partners because I don't want my videos showing up in random places, different apps, and all that other stuff. I don't want that, right? So what I want to do, though, is now you can either do both of these within the campaign, or you can say YouTube videos only. Now, YouTube videos is the actual ads that pop up right before a video starts and give you the option to say, hey, I want to skip this ad. That's YouTube videos. Now, let's say, for instance, you don't want that one. You want only display ads, which is what I showed you guys earlier. So when you're typing in the search results, you'll see the ad up at the top with the little yellow symbol that says ad. That's a display ad. But like I said, guys, we're going to focus in on YouTube videos only. And then we're going to, I'm going to bring that back down. All right, so languages. So if you speak English and only English, then go ahead and make sure you put English down there. Now, let's say, for instance, you're targeting another country, or and you know they speak a different language. Just make sure you put that language in there. Just know your product. Do the research on your product. See where it can be promoted and all of those different things. All right. All right, so that's the English. You see I got English right there. Now, if you're in a different, depending on the country you want to target, same kind of thing. If it's in United States and Canada, then go for it. If it's in United States only, then go for it. Or if you want to type your location in, let's say, for instance, I don't know, New Zealand, right? All right, so there it is. All right, so New Zealand country. So if I wanted to target that, I can just hit the target button right there, and boom, it's going to allow me to target it. But I'm in the United States, so that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm just going to make that smaller. All right, so I'm going to make that smaller as well. All right, so let's move on to inventory type. So if you're familiar with when you watch movies on TV, they have G-rated, they have R, they have rated R, they have PG-13, and different classifications on who should be watching it. Well, that's what the inventory type is. So as you can see, the recommended is standard inventory. So let me go ahead and just point out, you know, some things that are going to be important. So standard inventory and limited inventory are going to cost you more. Your cost of your advertising is going to be a lot more. Now, if you go with expanded inventory, then your cost is going to be low. Okay? Let me tell you why. Let me explain. All right, so expanded, right? And let me read this for you. Excludes extremely sensitive content, for example, excessive profanity, graphic sexual content and nudity, and graphic violence and serious injury. Serious injury. So what that's basically saying is, your ad has the potential to show up on content, on videos that are based around these things. Okay. Now, if you do the recommended, it's repeated strong profanity. It's not as worse as, you know, the stuff that's going to show up over here. Now, if you think about it, you know, you don't want to, like, you may not be so worried about, you know, what they're watching. You don't really, like, I'm not really that, you know, concerned on, you know, what the people are watching, because I'm not into the judging, right? I'm not judging someone that's watching something that just happens to see my ad show up and they become interested in my ad. You see what I mean? So that's not me. So if you want to get your costs lower, then you can go with expanded inventory. But just for this case, I'm going to use the recommended because I've used that the most amount of times. I kind of just found out about the expanded inventory through a couple of, I was doing some networking and people who were running ads a lot more than I do right here on YouTube. And that's something that came up. So I'm still experimenting with it. And so far, it's looking like they're pretty much right with that. All right. So I'm going to go down and I'm going to close that out. All right. So there we go. So the next thing is excluded types and labels. Okay. So this is important because you don't want your stuff showing up on random websites. So that's embedded videos. It's going to show up on a random website. I don't want that. I don't want it showing up on live streaming videos, because if somebody's going to a live, that's an event. They want to be there. They don't want to be, they don't want to see an advertisement, because at the time they're even if they are interested in my topic, at that time they're trying to watch that live event. All right. So that I don't want my stuff showing up there. And then my product, the products that I provide to people that are watching games, I don't want that target audience on my to be watching my ads, right? Because that would just be a waste of my money. So boom, we're gonna go ahead and get those three out, and as you can see, this one is already checked. Content not yet labeled. So boom, we're good there. So I'm gonna close out that section. All right, so this right here, guys, these are gonna go away. So you don't have to worry about any of this stuff. It's excluded content already, so you don't have to worry about that. All right, so additional settings. So devices. So let's say, for instance, you only want to target, let me just show you how it looks. All right, so let's say, for instance, you only want to target, let me open that up, Androids or Blackberries or iOS or Windows Phone, right? Whatever you want to target there, or the device models. So if I click the arrow, you'll see Acer, Amazon, Blue, BQ, right? So they're giving you different brands, right? And then network. So if we click on networks, you can see United States, AT&T, Cricket, Metro PCS, Sprint, right? So these are just showing you the big brands, and if you really want to get targeted, you can really get targeted with this stuff. But I usually leave it right here, show on all eligible devices, and I just run with it like that. All right, so if we close that out, now frequency capping. What is that? Okay, so I'm going to give you, when we set up the ad campaign, like actually go through, and which we're kind of doing that now, but I'm going to put the number that I always put. Now, me putting 3 impressions, what that's meaning is once a person, my ad is going to show to an individual at least 3 times. Let's say, for instance, my ad shows up to that same person 3 times and they just skip me 3 times, then okay, that's fine. But tomorrow it's going to show up 3 more times to those individuals, okay? So that's basically what that means. So if I just left this, I didn't put any number on this, then it would just keep showing up and keep showing up and keep showing up, right? But if somebody's not interested in your stuff, you're going to start to see it in your numbers. So they may see it and it may seem high at first, but the more they see it and they're not interested in it, boom, you're going to start to spend more and more money, and you don't want that, right? So I like to put, you know, a 3 impression cap. If they see it 3 times and they're like, oh, okay, right? And then they see it 3 more times and they're like, oh, okay. All right, and then they say it 3 more times, and they're like, okay, let's just check this person out, right? So that's what I do. All right, so we can go ahead and close that section. All right, now add schedule. So you can set a schedule and set it to what times of the day that you want your ads to show up, right? So if you want it from 6 in the morning to 12 noon, or 12 in the morning to 6 noon, or I mean, not 6 noon, 12 in the evening to 6 p.m. or whenever you want your ads to show up, you can set times on that. All right, so let me go ahead and close that section out. All right, so now the ad group name, right? So I'm going to just put the same thing, pre-roll. Give me a sec. Pre-roll and then dash, since I said this was weight loss, same concept, weight loss ad, right? All right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to get into the targeting, guys. Now, this is where it starts to get fun, and I'm just going to be completely honest with you. All right, so here we go, demographics. All right, so let's get into it, guys. So you got female, you got male, and then you got all the different age groups that you want to target, right? And then you see parent, not a parent, and unknown. Household income, so if you want to target some high quality people, the top 10% as far as income goes, 11 to 20%, and so on and so on and so on, right? So this is going to be up to you. You can, you know, just play with this stuff, but what I like to do is well, one of the ones I take out because they're usually not buyers is the 18 to 24 crowd. I've noticed that, you know, 25 to 34 and up, those are usually the people that are buying, okay? Now, you may, depending on the niche, right, you can go with 18 to 24, but it just really depends on the niche, all right? And then from there, I let the campaigns run, and then I come back and look at how everything's going, and then I see, okay, 25 to 34 is working better, or 45 to 54 is working better, and then I just keep optimizing my campaigns from there. All right, so that's how we're going to leave it right there. And let me go ahead and close that section. All right, and then audience, any audience. Now, this is where it gets fun, guys. This is where it gets fun, and this is what makes advertising. All right, so here we go. All right, so I'm going to go to browse. All right, so here we go. Who they are. So detailed demographics. So check this out, guys. You got parental status. So you got parents. Now, if I click this, it's going to show the different ages of the kids. So watch this. Parents of infants 0 to 1 years old, parents of preschoolers 4 to 5 years old, and so on and so on. So let's keep going. Marital status, whether you're single, in a relationship, or married. Education. current college students or highest level of education. So if they got a bachelor's degree, an advanced degree, a high school graduate, right? You can really get in here and start targeting, guys. All right, so home ownership status, whether they're a homeowner or a renter, right? And then if we go back, let's go back to the other categories. Now, let me explain the difference. So right here, affinity and custom affinity are different interests and habits that people have. So if I click in here and I show you, you see banking and finance, and then we hit the drop down arrow, avid investors, right? Let's go to food and dining and check it out. Coffee shop regulars. So people who are at the coffee shop pretty regularly. Those are the type of people that you're going to be hitting. Fast food cravers. Frequently dines out. So people who are always eating out, right? You're going to be able to literally get in here and just dominate what you're targeting, guys. And then once you key in on the audience that works for you, then you can build a retargeting audience. And we're going to talk a little bit about that, all right? So, like I said, guys, that's the interests and habits that people have. All right, so now, the in-market life events and custom intent, guys. What that is people who are actively researching and planning to do something. They're researching different products. So what you can do, I would actually use this more or less for like if you're trying to generate leads. These will be some of the audiences you can tap into, right? Because like it says, these are people that are actively researching and looking for different products within the industry, all right? All right, so let me go ahead and click in here. We don't have any custom intent audience, so we're just going to go to in-market audiences. Now, check it out, guys. So let's say, for instance, right, let's just see what I can find right here real quick. Education, let's see what they have. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's just go to vehicles just to kind of give you an example. So people who are looking for auto parts and accessories, people who are looking for auto repair and maintenance, people who are looking for a specific type of motor vehicle. Check it out, guys. A new motor vehicle, used, and then people who are looking for a specific vehicle brand. So if I click on that, you can see people who are looking for Acuras, people who are looking for BMWs, people who are looking for Cadillacs. Guys, you can really, I'm telling you, this is why this is the most funnest part, because as you're testing and you're finding audiences that work for your business, it just gets ridiculously fun. Okay. All right. So let me go ahead and close that out. Now let's go to the next section. Now the next section is the section that I use quite a bit. And some of you that have been subscribed to me, you've probably saw one of my YouTube ads at least one time, right? Because there was a time that I was running them quite heavy. I kind of slowed down on them because I was working on a few more things, trying to really keen in on my organic traffic. And so I kind of slowed down on them, but I'm sure maybe somebody's going to watch this video that has saw some of my YouTube ads. That's because I was retargeting some of you guys here on my channel. Okay, so here, this is how it goes. People who have interacted with your business. So remarketing and similar audiences. So as you can see, and I'm going to show you here in a minute, is YouTube users. That's the one I use. Okay, you can do a couple different ones, but I like to use YouTube users because basically, I'll show you guys in a minute. I'll take you over to that page. But as you can see, I have tons of different audiences, right? I got my Bing Ads audience, ClickBank audience, right? So these are based off people watching certain videos, and then I make sure I let YouTube, because YouTube build these audiences automatically, right? So all I have to do is just come in here and create it based on a specific parameter, and then it's going to show me, the amount of people that watch that video or that fall within my parameters, and now I can just retarget those people with an offer that relates to the video that they watch. It's so powerful, guys. All right, and so that's that. So you can see I had a bunch of different audiences, and they also allow you to create lookalike audiences based on the audience that based on the audience that you had, right? So in essence, these are all the people. These are the amount of people that have shared my video. Right? So what YouTube will do is, if I ask them to do it, they'll create a similar audience to that, and that audience will be a lot bigger. Okay? All right, so that's the different audiences that you can target on YouTube. What I'm going to do just for this video, I'm just going to put this audience in there, and we're going to roll with that. All right, so here we go. Another way you can target is keywords. So if I click on this, you would put certain keywords. So if I go to like YouTube right now, right, and let me take it off all caps. If I go to YouTube right now, let's say for instance, I'm looking for, I'm trying to sell somebody a tie, right? So how to tie a tie, right? And what I would do is I would just take that keyword right there, depending on the keyword and how much demand is getting, I would put it in here, right? And then I will put all the different keywords that I would want to be targeting right in here, okay? Now, another thing you can do, which is pretty cool, I'm actually going to use onlinesalespro.com to show you what this part of the ad process does. All right, so you see this right here, enter a related website. So let's say, for instance, I want to use the website to come up with some keywords that are going to be related to what you're promoting. I will put the website in here. Now, Online Sales Pro is all about generating leads. Now, watch this. I'm going to hit enter and watch what happens. All right, so here we go. Remember I said it was all about leads, right? So look at this. Sales leads, leads generation, BTB, lead generation, leads marketing, B2B leads, leads for sales for, right? So that's what Online Sales Pro is all about. So all I did was put the website, hit enter, and Google Ads basically found out what that website was about, and they're giving me related keywords that I can go ahead and target, which is powerful, guys. That's powerful right there. All right, so I'm going to take that out. Matter of fact, I'll just leave it in because this is a test ad. All right, and then another way you can do is topics, okay? So like arts and entertainment, auto and vehicles, same kind of concept, bicycles and accessories, campers and RVs. So different topics. Your ad is going to show up when people are searching for those different types of topics. All right, so hopefully that part makes sense. And let's go to the last, which is placements, right? These are going to be a little bit more expensive, okay? I would say that they're probably the best, right? I do retargeting, but these ones are going to be more expensive, and you'll see why. So YouTube channels, you can target YouTube channels. So let's say, for instance, you know a YouTuber that's in your niche that you know, they have a pretty popular channel, and you want to advertise on their channel because you know people that want, you know, people who are buying products from them, you want to show up in front of those people, okay? YouTube videos, so if you know popular YouTube videos out there that you want to advertise on, you can literally come in here, and I'll show you real quick. Let's say, for instance, I'll just type make money online, and let's see what pops up. Okay, boom. So let's say, for instance, we want to target this. I can just click this and boom, you're going to see it go over there. So that means that my ads are going to show up on that video. Okay, so that's how that process works. And then let's say, for instance, you want to target different websites. So moneyjojo.com gets 100K to 150K impressions every single week, right? So this is giving you the amount of impressions to expect, okay? And anytime people are, you know, let me just read it to you so you guys can understand. All right, so if a specific website you target has an equivalent app, your ads can also show there, okay? So if they're targeting, if you're targeting a website and that website has an app, right, along with it, then your video can show up right on that app. All right, so that's basically what that's saying. All right, so let me go ahead and close out. And then apps. So if you're an app creator, right, you're trying to get your stuff out there, you can literally use these right here. So make money online and so on and so on. So it's going to show up on like Google Play. And as you can see, this is on Google Play, Google Play, Google Play. Most of these things are either on Google Play or what is that? I think it's called the Apple Store, right? I'm not that familiar with iPhones. I do have a Mac computer, but I'm not that familiar with iPhones, so I kind of forgot what it was called. All right, so there we go with that. All right, so those are the different things that you can tap into, okay? So like I said, we were going to just use one of my audiences, so we'll leave it there. All right, and then right here, maximum CPV bid. You can put, you know, maybe 5 cents, right? Maybe you want to just bid 5 cents every time someone clicks, every time someone views your video, or maybe you want it to be 30 cents, right? It's going to be up to you, okay? I've seen a ton of different ways that people do it. So yeah, once you start figuring this stuff out, then it's going to work for you. So I'm just going to use 30 cents and we're going to keep it there. Now this is, let's say there's a really popular video and you're just basically putting a percentage in to say, hey, I wanna, you know, have the potential to show up on that, you know, top video, right? But I never use that, so that'll be up to you as well. All right, so now into creating the actual ad. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna grab any video. It's not gonna. Let me just go to my videos, creator studio. All right, so here we go. I'm going to grab my video. Hopefully it doesn't play. All right, so there we go. Copy link address, and we're going to put the video right there, and boom, right? So this is how you can see, right? So if I was doing a video discovery ad, remember what I was saying, when you type it in the search results, or it's going to be under the video, boom, just like that. Now, if I do in-stream ad, which is the one that I usually do, is you see it says skip ad right there, boom, my video will pop up before someone's video. All right, so what you would do from here is you would put your final URL. So when people watch your ad, where do you want to send them? Okay, that's what you're going to put right here. Now my suggestion is, when you're doing this, you want to put a tracking link here so you can track all what's going on in your campaign. But if you're new and you're just trying to get things going, you know, you can put a website right there and send them to wherever you do. But once you become advanced at this stuff and you really want to know, you want to have predictable income, then you're going to be like, okay, I need to put some tracking links in there and track my campaigns. All right. So you're going to put a link in there, and then you're also going to put the display URL in there as well. It's pretty much the same link. Sometimes people just have a backslash and then something on the end of their stuff. So that's going to be up to you. All right, so then you can do the call to action, which is optional, right? That's going to be up to you. The add URL options is pretty much what I was saying, the whole tracking, right? Because tracking is important. And then here, the companion banner, I kind of talked about that a little bit earlier. So okay, so let me just kind of show you. All right, so let's say, for instance, I want to upload an image. All right, so it should pop up right here. Give me a second. All right, so on desktop, there it is. All right, so here we go, companion banner. So the auto generate, I want you to see what it looks like. So right here is usually where the companion banner is going to show up at. If you, now let me say something about the difference between the display ads and the in-stream ads. I probably should have talked about this a little bit earlier, but basically if you run a in-stream ad like this that pops up before the video, if a person doesn't watch 30 seconds of that video, your advertisement is free. So the only time you're gonna pay is when they click through. Okay? But if they don't click through or they don't make it, let's say they hit skip after 5 seconds, your ad was free. Just so you understand that. All right, now the difference between display is once somebody has to see your ad. So let's go back to it and show you how it looks. All right, so when somebody clicks on this, you don't get the whole 30 seconds thing, okay? Basically, when somebody clicks on that, boom, you're getting charged, right? So that's the difference between the two. That's why it's so much more powerful to in in-stream ads, in my opinion, just from looking at the results, okay? And then over here, you can see what's expected. You're gonna get it between 330 and 670 views. The impressions, 500 to 1,300. And your average cost per view is gonna be anywhere between 5 cents to 15 cents. Well, me in this case, okay? All right, so if we scroll down, guys, you hit save and continue after you put your ad name, boom, you're just gonna hit save and continue, and it's gonna just let you know, hey, this is what you need to do. All right, so I didn't fill anything in here, and usually you do, or it won't let you continue to add, but that is really it, guys. I know I kind of went over a couple things and it kind of took a little bit long, But hopefully you now understand how to set up a YouTube video ads campaign. I know this video was long, guys, but I really hope you got some value from this, okay? So with that being said, if you did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Tick that bell icon to be notified so that anytime I release any new videos, you get them automatically right here on the channel. So with that being said, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Peace.